What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome on back to our Pokemon Glazed walkthrough. In the last part, we defeated the gym leader back on Alpha Isle, that was Sora the Psychic type user, then made our way up Mount Frozon, but we stopped right before this little entrance because, well, some things are about to go down up ahead. You're gonna see a glimpse of Articuno, but first Regina is gonna stop you because she's trying to go after Articuno herself. So, she will challenge you to a battle. Yeah, make sure you're healed up before coming through here. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday, by the way. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way early. This is yet to another episode where I literally 2 days ago recorded it, thinking I was recording it, and then I went to go end it, and I realized I never hit the recording button in the first place. So, I mean, I guess the bright side is I kind of know what we're doing this episode already and, you know, what's to come. But, golly, I do that more often than you would think. I do that, like, more often than I swear anyone else. It is not a good habit, so I don't know. Anyways, yeah, here's Regina, Zoroark, and then Absol. Dragonite's kind of my best play for these guys. I can't even lie. Crit Outrage is going to work. But yeah, so some things are going down up here. Now, Regina's actually going to have a legendary mon right here. She's going to have two. She's going to have Ho-Oh and then Moltres. So, yeah. But fortunately, we have a rock type, so this should not be very difficult. And yeah, this battle's going to be a piece of cake. But yeah, I'm still determined to, you know, thank goodness I didn't save or anything. Usually I don't, you know, usually I make sure that the recording turned out fine before I save, so that, you know, I don't completely skip a section of the game by complete accident. But yeah, in this episode, we're doing this battle and then getting off of Mount Frozon, and then after this, you're still not done with Regina or anything like that. We're gonna have to go to the Peaks of Alpha, which are back on Alpha Isle. If you remember, there was kind of like an old dude blocking a cave, on the north side of the island. Yeah, we're gonna have to battle that guy to gain access, and then we have a bunch of like grunt battles going on and all that good stuff. So, and then you'll have to fight either Regina, and I've missed 2 rock blasts in a row. Oh, this is... I just feel like now my luck is gonna be 10 times worse. So, you know, on Saturday when I tried to record this episode, I was fine. We got through all the battles and everything. I have missed 3 What's the accuracy? What's the accuracy? Hold on. It's like 85, isn't it? I have to check. This is for science. 90%. Yeah, if anyone in the comments would like to do the math, you have a 10% chance to miss Rock Blast, and I have done that 3 times in a row. Can we make it a 4th? Oh, dude. I'm telling you, that animation takes a second to start. I thought it was a 4th. Holy cow. Alright, well, the burnt chicken over here goes down. And yeah, down goes Moltres. So we're kind of gonna put an end to Regina. Or not put an end to her, but, you know, stop her for now. But then Pius is gonna just teleport in out of nowhere. Like, what? And he's gonna end up catching Articuno. So, yeah, you know, Pius literally just sends out his Dragonite. Wow, Dragonite, those are some good hopping moves. And sends the Articuno away. Yeah, he doesn't catch Articuno. However, another legendary is going to appear here in just a second. There's actually a waterfall behind. And Lugia, you know, Lugia is kind of like the leader of the legendary bird trio, I think. Or like the ruler of them. And Pius is going to indeed catch Lugia. So that's kind of not a good thing, you know, because, yeah, he just throws a Master Ball at it, and it's good. So he talks about going to the Peak of Alpha, and, you know, he's saying, if you beat me, I'll let go of Lugia and all that good stuff. So, here's another sucky moment. Well, first Henry comes up and talks to us. But yeah, here's another sucky moment where we watch Pius and Regina fly out of here, but you actually can't use fly, even though we're, like, at the top of the mountain. Makes 0 sense. So we gotta take the long way out. Actually, I probably have an escape rope, don't I? I have to have at least 1 escape rope, right? Haha, right? Okay, I do. I got 4. Man, usually I try to have a bit more of those. But we are back outside, and remember, you can't fly to the different aisles. That's another annoying thing, so we got to go back down here, take the little ski lift down, and sail on back to Alpha Isle. But yeah, man, so I'm recording this one on Monday instead, by the way. And this is one of those days, you know, I got up early to go to the gym and stuff, but dude, I've been like... And so usually by the end of a Monday, I am pretty tired, but I swear I'm like extra tired today. I don't know. This is gonna be one of the days where I like, you know, I'm knocked out by freaking 9 o'clock or something. I swear. Probably not that early, but somewhere around there, I'm sure. So yeah, here we are back on Alpha Isle. I definitely need to heal up. Now the bad news is I can't really remember exactly what all of these grunts Pokemon are gonna be. So we're just gonna be winging it, man. I'll cut out some battles here and there because it is kind of a long trek to the top. But yeah, make sure you're healed up. You have healing items so you don't have to run all the way back. I don't think there's any spot along the way to heal up. And let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Man, I can't remember what he had. When in doubt, we go with the Dragonite, though. Let's do it. So, yeah, he's trying to defend us from going to the top, and that's, you're gonna see a lot of these Church of Alpha people, which I'm pretty sure were the same people, that we saw, where was it? It was, what was the new town in Johto called during the post-game? I forget what that town was called. The one, like, north of, Olivine City. But anyways, he does have a Mega Lucario. I went for Surf just because we're in the rain and... Oh, man. Wow, good damage right there. Haha. Alright, well, let's try to make a prediction and go into King Boo instead. Yeah, by the way, can we talk about how this Lucario is pre-Mega'd and he went for Dragon Claw? Okay. Hey, I didn't know you came with a Dragon Claw. Golly. Oh, it's gonna kill me, too. I mean, that's not too surprising, if I'm gonna be honest. Well, here's the good news. I'm pretty sure this thing has Aura Sphere as its fighting type move, so it is, you know, the Swords Dance boost isn't going to matter. As long as I take one, an Earthquake's going to kill, so let's see what Spike does here. Oh, okay, he couldn't take one. I'm about to lose to this thing. Genuinely, I'm about to lose to this thing. Yeah. Yo, I can't. There's extreme speed. I didn't get swept by this Lucario the first time around. So this would be really embarrassing if I... Okay, we live, thank goodness. I don't even know if an Earthquake kills, though, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, how is this thing pre-Mega'd? He didn't have to spend a turn, you know, Mega Evolving it and stuff like that with a Mega Stone. I mean, this dude's cheating. That's the only reason I'm losing right now. He's cheating, okay? He's cheating, guys. I promise. He's cheating. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. Look, Halloween has passed, and he's got a full restore. Oh, my... Oh. You're like the worst of mankind. There's, like, bad people in the world. There's horrible people in the world, and then there's you. Oh, golly. What else was I going to bring up? Oh, yeah, streamed some more Legend ZA in yesterday's live stream. And saw, what was the new Mega I saw? Mega Barbaracle was the new one I saw yesterday. Now, it honestly took me a few tries to actually beat it. But, and that's because, the only reason being is because I didn't know what, I didn't know how to avoid its, like, big ultimate attack or whatever you want to call it. But then eventually I figured it out and we were all good. And golly, we get outsped. I think am I going to get swept? I think I'm going to get swept. I'm actually going to get swept by this guy. Wait, this was not a part of the agenda. What is this? This wasn't on the calendar. No, not today. What? Okay, we do have Intimidate, which is kind of good. And we got to watch the rain animation every turn. I mean, at this rate, I'm cutting out like every single battle. Okay, I think we're going to live and kill with Thunderbolt, though, because of the Intimidate. But yeah, Mega Barbaracle was pretty cool. It becomes a rock fighting type, which I think is really sick. It honestly gets a little creepier, though, because I think it gets, like, an extra, like, 2 arms with eyeballs and stuff, which is, like, a little creepy, man. But yeah, it was cool. It was kind of annoying when I wasn't sure how to beat it. But... You know, eventually we did, and looking back on it, Mega Barbarical, probably one of my favorites of the new ones. I don't think anything's topping Mega Phalanx, at least so far. I really like Mega Phalanx, but Barbarical can be up there, you know, it'll be up there. Okay, moving forward, let's try to give some other Mons some action. Well, almost everyone got action in that last battle, considering how it went. So, yeah, I'll be cutting out a few battles here and there just to speed things up. Yeah, now that dude's sitting in the corner, as he should. Hate that guy. And he had the audacity to pop a full restore too. Unreal stuff. All right, max repels are sprayed. I think you can run into wild Pokemon in here. I'm not exactly sure though. Don't bother with that cave entrance. It literally leads to nothing for now. We will just take the straight path. Now the good news is you know, this is like a mountain and stuff, but it's not really, you know, twisty and turny. I don't think turny's a word. You know, it's not too windy. It's not very confusing to get through. So you should be okay. But even though it feels like we're inside, it is still raining in here. So, hey, I mean, your water types can have a heyday. But aside from that, it's just going to drag out these battles for, like, even longer. Man, don't we love seeing the rain animation every time? Just so, you know, the game has to remind us, because we always forget that it's raining. I mean, man, I'm so glad it reminds me after every turn. Okay, I'm probably getting too mad about that. Oh, by the way, I pinned the comment on Monday's episode of Ultra Sun, but I do want to apologize again for the game audio was a little bit louder than I normally have it for that episode. So, and actually in the failed recording of this episode, I guess it would have been loud too, so maybe it was a blessing in disguise. But yeah, it's because I had the audio turned up a bit while I was streaming, and I guess I forgot to turn it back down, so my bad on that. The good news is it wasn't crazy loud. You could still hear what I was saying. And after one double team, we are missing Revenge. Oh, and Future Sight. I didn't even know the first Absol went for Future Sight. Okay, well, that doesn't do a lot. Wait, why was that not very, why was that, like, only neutral? I miss Revenge again. Oh. Yo, Toxicroak. Oh, dude. Hey, Bucko. It's a one double team, and now it's two. Oh, see. If I miss here, I'm not making y'all sit through this, I promise. Don't worry. Oh, we landed. Okay. So you missed two during one double team, and then you decide to land one after two double teams? Make it make sense, man. By the way, Rain Dish. Don't get to see that ability pop too often, but I think we've seen it pop a couple times recently just because the rain has been out here in the Rancor region. Alright, down goes that person, and we can move on along. Once again, as I said, just a straight shot upwards. That man right there had two Haunters and a Gengar, and then the guy up here had two Lucarios. Thankfully not two Mega Lucarios. Now that would be blatant cheating. You can't have two Megamons on the same team. I mean, at least in regular playthroughs, that is. But yeah, we're about to the next entrance, which is actually going to take you, like, outside, kind of. Or, I mean, I don't know. I think we're already kind of in an open roof area. But you'll be walking across some bridges and stuff like that coming up. This dude's going to have a Lanoon and then a Furret. I always think of these two as, like, long-lost cousins, you know. They're both the plain and normal type of regional rodents. They both have, like, the really long, slender bodies. Same color pattern, too, just about. So, I don't know. They probably, you know, I could see it. I could see it. If we get a Pokédex in Generation 10 and it says, like, hey, these two were related at a certain time, I'm believing it all the way. I'm believing it. I mean, I guess the Pokédex isn't really incorrect, so you should believe it, but then again, you know, there's some Pokédex entries that are definitely hard to believe. Like the ones about Magikarp jumping over a mountain or something. Do we really think that happened? I don't know, bro. I gotta see proof. I gotta see proof in 4K. It can't be one of those, like, 1990s security cameras that are on the side of a building that are still, like, being used today for some reason. And, oh, we do have grass out here. I forgot. I didn't have Max Repel sprayed. I don't think you can run into wild Pokemon because during that cut, I was running around a bit and didn't run into a single one. But out here, you definitely can. Yeah, I guess we're kind of, like, above some trees now and stuff is what it looks like. I don't really know. But it is kind of cool. So yeah, this is kind of the second area, and you have more trainers to battle. I think there will be an item on the way as well. And yeah, this kind of gives off vibes of like Fortress City almost, which is pretty neat. This dude's got an Infernape that's also kind of neat. But this reminds me of like doing a ropes course. I've done like 2 throughout my life. Let me know if y'all have ever done a ropes course. I think they're pretty cool, but don't get me wrong. I mean, hey, if you don't like heights, they can be absolutely terrifying. You better hope that harness just keeps you secure. Which, I mean, usually I think they do a good job of doing. But the thing is, like, the only ropes course, I think both times I've been to a ropes course, I was in, like, middle school. So I was, like, you know, inherently kind of scared. Just because I was younger. I got to get around to doing one again. And, wow, we almost died. We're good, though. That's in the rain, mind you. That flamethrower. But yeah, I'd be down to do another one, I think. I mean, again, as long as your little, you know, you maybe like at the beginning you check your little hooks to make sure you're secure, really give them a good tug, then you should be chilling. But it still can be a little scary. But I think they were pretty fun, you know, when I did them. I don't know how high I really got, but I feel like, you know, a typical ropes course is going to be, what, at least 100 feet off the ground or something? I'm not too sure. I could be so off about that. Alright, let's keep on moving. This dude's blocking a bridge. Just an Azumarill on that guy's team. It's kind of annoying. You can't run across the bridges, but I guess that's because you want to make sure you, like, don't fall or something. And then I fought this person as well. He had a Rhyperior, Electivire, and a Magmortar. Now, off to the left is optional, but you can pick up a Sharp Beak. Gonna boost the power of flying type attacks. I mean, getting held items at this stage in the game is almost like pointless considering how close we are. But I don't know, maybe we have gotten a Sharp Beak before. Right here's some Braille, and you can actually type something into it if you want. I'm sure there's a correct, you know, code or something to type into it. I don't know what it is for now, but if that has to do with the legendary, you know, once we get around to hunting legendaries, I'm sure I will take a look at it and hopefully figure it out. But yeah, let's move on to this guy. You can tell, by the way, that these trainers kind of got some inspiration from Team Galactic. I think they're kind of hitting the same poses that Team Galactic does in the Gen 4 games. But yeah, got a new video up this past weekend. I think I mentioned that in the Ultra Sun episode. See, that's the problem when I fail, you know, when a recording fails and then I got to go back a couple days later. I forget what I've talked about. It's just all bad. But overall, I'm hoping this week's going to be pretty chill. I've got, like, one thing kind of due at the end of the week that I got to do. And then I have an exam, but it's an exam that, you know, you kind of just get done on your own time throughout the week. So it's not too bad. You know, I got resources and stuff. And then after this week, just one more until Thanksgiving break. So I am definitely looking forward to that. Thanksgiving break, I've talked about it before, one of my favorite weeks of the year just because of all the college football, college basketball that's going on. Okay, that sounds pretty bad. Obviously, you know, I like spending time with family too. I like spending time with family too, obviously, but it's like I made it sound like I prioritized the basketball over that part. Anyways, down goes the Shedinja. I'll still remember the time on stream like a year ago when I learned that it's pronounced Shedinja because it's not like Shedinja, like there's not another N by the D in its name. So yeah, that's a clip actually on the Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. If you want to go see my live reaction to learning that information. Pretty crazy stuff, you know. Okay, I want to say this dude has a Togekiss to start. This is going to be the final trainer you got to take down until the big battle at the top. You're going to want to be prepared because, not for this guy, but you're actually going to get a choice between Pius or Regina of who you got to fight. I'm going to go with Pius, though. Just because we fought Regina earlier already, you know, might as well switch it up a little bit. But yeah, they're going to have a full team of 6, a couple legendaries, so going to be a little sketchy. Let's not miss Rock Glass this time around, thank you. I still can't believe that. 3 in a row 10% chances is insane. I deserve to land 5 times right here. Okay, I'll take 3 too. I'll take 3, you know. Okay, my bad. I'll take 3. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that was enough to kill it. I couldn't even land 5 times if I wanted to. And then you got a Breloom. Okay, I know exactly what to do for this guy. Random topic. Do y'all ever, you know, you be cutting your, do y'all ever be cutting your fingernails and then you go like too far? And now it's like, it kind of hurts when you like press down on it. Because that's what happened to my thumb over the weekend. Now it hurts. Like, you know, you be clipping your nails and you kind of just, you go too far down to the nail. Does that make sense? Dude, I don't. Someone's got to know what I'm talking about. I feel like that's a common occurrence. Because it's happened to me plenty of times before. But, you know, in a couple days, it'll be just fine, I'm sure. Alright. Alpha man, you're more like a beta. I get it, because... Here we go. Head up this staircase. We're going to go ahead and use one more max potion on Rhyperior. I forget who Pius starts with. So... we're just going to wing it and keep Rhyperior up front. Why not? But yeah, here's Henry. Pius and Regina are fighting with a Lugia and Ho-Oh. Like, yeah, bro, that is not a good thing. You get the cool little cutscene. Just like the Groudon and Kyogre from the Hoenn games. And, you know, it's not a good thing that they're fighting, though. So me and Henry, we kind of got to, you know, put an end to it. So this is where he gives you the choice. And you can actually let him decide, too, if you want. But... as I said, I'm going to go ahead and take Pius. I wonder if he chooses randomly if you let him decide. I don't know. That would be pretty interesting. But yeah, Pius. Let's get to it. He is going to use the Lugia in this battle too, which is kind of crazy considering that, like, he was literally just fighting with the Lugia against the Ho-Oh, and then all of a sudden Lugia is fully healed. I mean, make that make sense. But yeah, he'll start with an Absol, so I'm perfectly fine with this lead. And does, like, every other trainer we face have Swords Dance, by the way? In the one battle during one of the cuts, against the guy that had the 2 Lucarios, he was using Swords Dance. I can't believe it, man. Oh my gosh, here's another one. Mega Lucario. Well, you know, man, I know an Earthquake's gonna kill it. So I'm gonna try again. I know it didn't work out the first time around, when we tried... taking down a Mega Lucario with Rhyperior, but maybe we live this Aura Sphere, you know? Maybe. Okay. Maybe not. Yeah, that one sucks. Alright, so here is the plan instead. We're gonna get in here in Thunder Wave, and then just try to whittle this man down. Now, I'm assuming Pius has... at least one full restore, so I really don't want him popping that. We should take one Aura Sphere here. You know, it kind of stinks that he has a special attacking fighting type move, because that just, like, negates my Intimidate. But yeah, either this or Lugia can probably be his most difficult mon to take down, so... you know, just be prepared. Thunderbolt doesn't do that bad, and we get the Paralysis. Now, in order to keep him out of full restore range, let me Strength... get him down a little bit more, and oh man, I was hoping he'd get fully paralyzed one more time. From that range though, I want to say an Earthquake from Ribby should be able to finish it off. You know, at the same level, we know we're going to outspeed. I don't really want to go for Revenge because that's going to make us go second. So let's just hope and pray that an Earthquake does the trick. It better. Oh yeah, there we go. Critical hit too. I mean... I don't think I needed it, but sure. Sure, I guess. Here comes a Noctowl. Yeah, I kind of wouldn't really expect, you know, a big, bad, evil guy to have a Noctowl, because it's not the strongest thing ever, but it makes it pretty easy on us, I suppose. Hey, I will say, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I have used a Noctowl before. I think it's alright, you know. You give it, like, Fly, Air Slash, Extra Sensory. It can be pretty darn good. Down it goes, though, and I also know that this guy has... okay, he's not going into it yet, but Pius uses a Torterra, which, you know, kind of hurts me, man, because I don't want to have to take down the GOAT, but we have to. For now, he goes into Lugia. Remember, this thing's psychic flying, even though it, like, lives in the middle of the ocean. I guess it lives, like, down in a cave, but still. Reflect, I'm not too worried about that. It is very bulky, though. I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, Shadow Ball would be a 3-hit KO. He does have Aero Blast. I guess that means he doesn't have a Psychic type move, which is good to know, but Aero Blast, it's gonna eventually take me out anyways. I did just realize, though, we might be putting him in, oh, yeah. Is he gonna full restore? Yeah, he does. Pious. I can say a lot of bad things about you, but you know what? I'm gonna suck it up and just get through this one, man. Oh, there's a critical hit. Hold on now. That kind of helps. He doesn't have another one, does he? Oh my goodness, he does. I hate this dude. Hate him. Hate him with a passion. Like, I know it's not good to hate. And, you know, I don't hate a lot of people. But Pious over here, he's testing that. Okay, on this turn, we are definitely dying no matter what. So I say we go ahead and revive a Luxray. He should be able to help out a bit against this guy, I would have to think. I don't think a Thunderbolt's going to kill from this range. Oh, a crit just for insult to injury. Haha, you're so funny. Now, the question is, I don't know how much damage he's going to do to us. I kind of think I should Hyper Potion first. Intimidate's not going to matter. I mean, Aeroblast is there. I don't know what other 2 attacking moves he has, if they even are attacking moves in the first place. Let us find out. Now, he's just going to keep going for Aeroblast, though. Okay, I can live with that. I will live with that all day. That is doing butt booty no damage to us. Alright, so now we can definitely Thunderbolt. And hopefully he doesn't have a 3rd full restore. That'd be awful. By the way, I think this episode's going to end up being longer than the failed recording one, which is kind of surprising because I feel like I did a better job, like, fighting the... Are you kidding? No. Dude, come on. He really wants to keep that Lugia alive. It's honestly insane. I mean, you know, okay, hey, 2 can play at that game, bucko. Go for Earthquake. I dare you. Go for it. Do it. You won't. You won't. You won't do it. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. One Ice Beam should do the trick on Torterra. Favorite Pokemon right here. Still waiting on the day my boy gets like a Mega Evolution or just some other extra form because like almost every starter has one besides him. And the rest of the Sinnoh starters for that matter. Here comes Lugia though. At this point we'll just finish it off with an Ice Beam and then I forget what his final... Are you kidding? 3, really? 3? Yeah, 3, and this thing also has Recover. Of course I wasn't going to make y'all sit through that. That was terrible. Terrible, man. Glazed is his last Mon, though, so we'll just hit it with a Fly. Dragonite, thank you for kind of carrying this battle. But yeah, Lugia has Recover, too, so that just makes it more fun. But finally, Pious is going to go down. Okay. In a second. In just one more second, I promise. Just one more second. Oh, the Reflect. Yeah, that's the only reason he lived that. I forgot about it. My chair's creaking too. This thing's gonna collapse. Okay, now Pious goes down, and he is going to, I think agree to releasing Lugia, I'm pretty sure, right? Or no, they're not gonna agree, but then the Swords of Justice are gonna appear out of nowhere. Yeah, we haven't seen them this whole game. So yeah, they're trying to think like they can still keep on battling with revives and stuff. But you get Cobalion, Terrakion, Verizon 5G, they pull up and said nah, and they force them to release the legendaries. So everything is all good, and I want to say this is the end to Pious and Regina. I think Pious kind of talks about finally disbanding and stuff. But from this point onwards, you can catch the Swords of Justice. I forget where, but we will definitely figure that out once we go after all the legends officially. But after all of this, you know, Henry will kind of intervene as well, releasing Zapdos. And now you'll want to head to Rain Isle. Rain Isle actually opened up after we defeated Sora, but, you know, we had to deal with all of this Junkamunka. first, so we weren't really able to go over there. But yeah, they're out of here now. Henry's out of here, and we are just about wrapped up with this whole little segment. So in the next episode, we're moving on to Rain Isle. Henry's not letting me top off this video, though. Yep, thanks, Henry. I'm not gonna remember any of the memories with you, though. With that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Have a good rest of your Wednesday, and until next time, deuces.